A guiding principle for me in worship has always been the book of Hebrews, because basically that's what it's about. Okay. Specifically, when you get into chapter 12, and it talks about how you have come to Mount Zion and the heavenly Jerusalem, and that all of the high liturgy was always predicated on the idea that the church worships in heaven. And so we should do what they do. And that's why so much of the language is taken from the Revelation and things like that. Well, that chapter concludes with, let us serve the Lord acceptably with reverence and godly fear. So acceptable service implies unacceptable service. So if I want to know what God finds acceptable, it's going to be reverent and it's going to show fear. Right? And you can find that all throughout the scriptures. You can find it in, rejoice with trembling in Psalm 2. You can find, even when we're told to enter into his gates with thanksgiving and with praise, that's all done in a reverent and awe-filled fashion. So I would very cautiously say form is somewhat not important. So much, as long as it's done with that sense of a broken and contrite heart, reverence, fear, thanksgiving, that sort of thing. But I would balance that also with, in a lot of ways, the medium is the message. So if, again, if we're like, Daddy God, you're a good, good father, word salad, romantic, gobbledygook, well, you're not showing, I would say that's irreverent. And I would say there's a lot of, another reason I wanted to get out of the whole worship industry is there's so much of a kind of getting up in front of God and pleasing ourselves and calling that our worship. And he's somehow obligated to like it because he's God, It's like, no, I don't think so. So, that said, I'm sure, I don't have to speculate. I have been in contemporary situations that were exactly what I'm talking about. Reverent, showing God proper veneration. I would have nothing to criticize it for except for my own preferences. And it's important to recognize that, but you do have your preferences, but I'm not going to condemn something just based on the fact that it doesn't meet that.